Is that information public now that he's deceased?
What information?
You know,
about
like,
what happened?
yeah, about like this guy was like fucking hunting motherfuckers.
Technically not. It is still. I will tell you, there are some aspects of that are still in active investigation. While we close up some final bits of it.
So I'll tell you what the reason I bring it up is
Okay.
I don't want to see a criminal get buried next to law enforcement that died in the line of duty. And I'm looking to file an injunction on his burial today.
That makes sense.
I was planning to do this like 2 days ago, but you know, all this other shit happened, and I was reminded today. I need.
Oh yeah, that is today, isn't it?
Yes. So I want to get an emergency injunction put forward and signed by a judge. I don't think that necessarily needs a court case either, right?
I think what you're looking for is a temporary restraining order.
Expand, please.
A TRO is like hey, I need you to stop being able to handle this for a moment while we settle this out. A TRO typically has a far significant less standard of proof for it, and it's because inherently it's temporary. And it's a hey,
injunction
you can't touch
sounds
this.
funnier, to be honest. But go ahead.
Well, okay, sure. Injunction. We will injunctify this. Yeah, some kind of legal motion for it.
Preliminary and temporary prevents a party from taking actions until the case is resolved in its status quo to prevent irreparable harm. It's called preliminary injunction by Judge Power. I'm looking through this. I'm looking at what they've got right now. Commanding a public.
Oh, the actual power.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the actual like document, whatever, or the filing type. But I don't think we have that literally defined.
I don't even need any judge can do this.
Yeah, any regular judge, I believe. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it has to be a regular judge. Can't be a magistrate, but it doesn't have to be a
Nathaniel
justice.
Grayson. I'm gonna call him right now.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, you may need to be called in for this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you got the case information, right? And
yes,
I am seeking, as the mayor of Los Santos County, to seek criminal charges on the body. As there needs to be an evaluation as to whether Blaine County Sheriff's Office needs to, like, we may be filing a lawsuit. And there may be victims that need to still be heard out, and that is a thing, you know, like
yeah. I mean, that's the argument you're gonna have to make is, okay, well, how does the burial stop that, or how does stopping the burial
the burial
help with that cause?
Well, so there's two separate things. Is I don't want him buried in the same set of graves next to officers, nor a what is it called, oh my god, what is it called when you have like a fucking parade and shit?
A parade?
No, not a parade, but like when they take the body and they
the procession.
Yes, that's the word. The procession is with law enforcement in Los Santos County, and like from a public perspective, we have our law enforcement agency having a procession alongside someone who did legitimately. God damn it. Wait, how did that? Why? How am I getting all these calls all of a sudden? $13 ADHD. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe he did. What the fuck? I feel like I hear the cop car. And I heard mayor. Oh, wait.
Friday night? Nope. Okay. Nino?
Hey. Hey! 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 Over here, behind you!
Nino! Oh my God! There you are. Hey, 406. I found Nino. I found Nino. He's at the hobo camp.
Yeah, I'm good. I just
Over here.
It's just my ankle.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could probably help me
Just
up.
2
to be
seconds.
honest.
One of your employees is. Hey, over here, guy. Fuck it. Over here.
Yeah.
Over here. Over here. Come here. Come here. Found him? I found him.
Yeah, it's just my ankle.
It's just your ankle, sir? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna get EMS to come take a look at you, okay?
All right.
All right. Ain't that EMS PD?
It's gonna be an injunction on Mason Dixie's burial. All right, and they
Could we get 52s right by the hobo camp behind Mission Row? I got the mayor over here with a sprained ankle.
and a temporary restraining order on the body.
Copy. I believe Echo 25 is here on scene. Thank you. Over here, it's the mayor.
I didn't know it.
Sprained
Just a
his
little
ankle.
bit of ADHD, and then like I just kind of fucked my ankle up.
I knew it. I knew he was
Oh,
stimming
fuck,
out
you
again.
sound like an EMS, to be honest. We do this shit all the time. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, let's get your ankle
We have
nice
found the
and
mayor.
wrapped up, and you should be right to get up.
I'll
You
be honest,
goddamn
no,
hero,
one.
Caps.
I'll swap over channel 5 now. Radio check. I found the mayor.
10-2.
Oh my god. Everyone's down.
I'm just gonna get a compression bandage on it for you, alright? Alright, let's get you up.
All right.
Are you able to wiggle that around for me? Just to feel nice and secured?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, you know the Rice method? Rest, ice, compress, elevate?
I know now.
Hell yeah. Alright, take care, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Okay.
You know, now Air 1 is ruined, all because you can't stand still when you're on the phone.
Wait, what do you mean? Air 1?
It crashed, yeah. They took it out.
Wait!
They're sweeping the area for you.
And they crashed?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was Opal flying.
Hey, she's a good one. I think I've cooked though. I'll give you an update in just a second.
Yeah.
You ADD didn't hurt yourself, did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. No, that's
I
exactly
even
it.
put in a 311. I put a 311 and I was like, I was on the
Wait,
phone
did
with
you
Nino
actually?
and
Oh my god, that's so
I put an
funny.
alert out across the state. I was like, I was on the phone with Nino, so I'm guessing he was doing the ADD running around thing and probably hurt himself. I'll keep an eye out for him.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get. So is it gonna impact your investigation? Is my
You
question.
run around the
And if it is, then I'm going to
look for
navigate
places
in a way where there's still some room for you to be able to do that. But yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, the investigation's wrapping up the final loose ends.
And I was like, oh,
So
look at
Okay.
what's left? What's left of the investigation? It's not like anybody can conceal evidence, because the evidence that we're looking to seek out for the last bits, it's already done. So it's not like the evidence can be concealed.
Is that
Like it's
something that can
records-based.
be sort of prepped?
What do you mean?
Is this so? Let me ask a. This is like more of a like an administrative question, right? We
Right.
don't have a prosecuting. We don't have a DA, right?
Yeah. Well,
and-
oh God, don't say that word around the Department of Justice. Or
No.
the LEOs
I'm not a
will-
huge
they'll start
fan of
causing a
DA.
meltdown.
Well, I'm not a fan
Nino
of
said
DA.
we're forming a DA.
No. Well, wait, I kind of are actually.
Here we go again. I
we
mean,
will
well,
have a-
I'm in support of it, but
We are going to have a special prosecutor for like civil matters. I actually, but without going too deep into that, because we don't have a DA, this is a case where, this is like a matter. This is something a DA would normally handle. Absent of that, you got an investigation, but that investigation has impact on Los Santos County. And so my question is, are we able to tag team this in some fashion? And maybe that's something you got to chew on as to whether that even makes sense,
yeah.
right?
Well, so I mean, your current active goal is to stop the burial of Mason Dixie in
until
the
we
police
find
fields,
out he's
right?
guilty. Yeah.
in the honorable fields. Well, and that's
Yeah.
the thing is like there's not going to be a trial to determine he's guilty. The dead don't
Why
have
not?
rights, so they're not, because the dead don't have rights, and the intent of a trial is to
But
withdraw rights, and so we can't withdraw rights.
Well, the thing is that the guilt may
And
be
his murderer has already pled guilty and signed a plea deal. The investigation that we have ongoing is to ensure that there are no other co-conspirators or other individuals who were aware of his activities,
Oh.
which is why we're still digging and looking in there, because there's no way that a deputy that was as well liked as Mason Dixie for as long as he was nobody knew.
So this is
You want
really
to tell
a
me
civil
that
matter.
nobody had an idea?
Well,
Yeah, it's a civil matter.
well,
yeah,
there-
and it's
well,
as
actually-
a core function, it's a civil.
Well, it is, but the civil matter depends on the criminal outcome of whether or not he was guilty.
Well, it's so.
But then again, the evidence can be presented in civil court.
Yeah. So effectively, what's happened so far, right, is we have found his murderer. He has pled guilty. He signed a plea deal, which is wild because ADMC never signed plea deals. What kind of gives you some aspects of like how hard we worked at this. But by doing so, we have assigned civil liabilities to certain individuals. Like we've assigned certain civil liability in his death to the suspect, which I
Right.
guess that information's now pretty public. That was Shang, right? And we got Shang to agree to a plea deal. But it doesn't. Sorry, I'm nearing 23 hours awake at the moment, so brain is clicking here. That doesn't relinquish him of any responsibilities or liabilities as well, but there's no restitution to be had, if that makes sense. If the entire point of criminal process isn't to assign blame, it's to find justice and make the people whole, right?
Exactly that. Yeah.
But we can't make the people whole when there's no assets, nothing to be taken. It's literally just putting this guy up and saying this was bad, which is more ACR worthy. So then there's basically no justice to be had by pursuing a criminal suit against a dead person. But there is justice that can be had by holding an ACR over this individual, even though he is dead. There is civil restitution to be had in that regard, to be like, hey,
I
this
think
happened.
that makes sense. I'm
And
going
in that case,
to.
it doesn't have to be me; it can be you. In that case,
Yeah,
It can
I
be
think you're
anyone.
right. I think an ACR is probably enough, but the ACR is going to be dependent on the evidence, right? Because
yeah,
was this evidence enough to say that he was operating under bad faith and should have been stripped of his rights?
yeah, and I'll have to. Oh God, sharing all that information over is going to be a nightmare. I'll tell you that.
Hang tight. Let me call Grayson.
I'll warn you in advance. If I have
Yeah.
to share that info, it's 18 reports. So it was a lot. A lot of people really. Yeah, we had a lot of effort going into that.
Understandable. I'm going to ask two clarifying points. I think one is going to be the impeachment of someone who died. And I'm going to ask if y'all are able to share that information given what is known somewhat publicly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can. At worst case, we can try to selectively pick out some of the evidence to show and be like, hey, because if it's an ACR, then we can just be selective about the evidence we present. If it's trying to push a criminal case, we obviously have to push everything out.
I think you're right. It should be an impeachment and a injunction / what is it? A restraining order. Let me cook. I will call you back.
All right.
Bye. Bro, I am such a shitlord, and I hope people enjoy this.